In this video, I'm simplifying the whole AI OFM stratosphere bullshit that's been circulating the internet for so long. Because it's prolific now. People just make it seem harder than it actually is. In this video, I'm going to make this as concise. I'm going to make this video short. I'm going to make this as easy to understand and as simple as humanly possible. So by the end of this video, realistically, if you just watch it all the way through, genuinely speaking, you could start doing your own thing. And I believe you'd be able to make at least a few thousand a month. So without further ado, let's get into this. To break down the whole AI OFM business model in a way that's simple and easy to understand, we're going to break this down to certain levels, to several levels, and we're going to go step by step, step 1, step 2, step 3, etc. That's how we're going to go about it. Now, in order for us to start, I'm not going to go into a complete rant about what AI OFM is. If you're here, you already know what this is, all right? We already know what an OFM agency is. Now, think of an AI OFM agency as that, just with our own virtual OF thoughts, right? We're not using real OF thoughts, we're using virtual OF thoughts. That's what it is. All right. Who are we selling to? Our clientele? Horny dudes, desperate men on the internet that are just willing to spend their money on some bullshit. That's our clientele, and we're happy they exist. They ruin our society, but they pay us, so who gives a shit, right? Now, this is who we're selling to, and this is our product. Our product is a digital girl, all right? You understand? Good. Now that we understand our product and we understand who we're selling to, now all we need to understand is how we go about making the product and how we go about selling the product and marketing it. That's all we need to do. Now, these are all the steps we're going to have to go through to get this shit done and done properly, all right? Step 1, we have to get our product in line. We have to create our AI model, all right? So we're creating our AI model. We have to make this as realistic as possible and also as marketable as possible, okay? That's what we're doing. Step 1, creating our model. Step 2, creating our monetization account, which is usually FanView, all right? Usually we're going to go for FanView. So we're going to make our FanView account. That's step 2. Step 3, we're going to start making social media because most of our sales will come from social media. You know what? I'd go as far as to say as all of our sales will come from social media. We're not going to do anything else. So we're going to have to make our Instagram account, Threads account, Twitter account, all these other things that you'd like to do. Usually I go for Instagram and Threads, but socials. After that, just go on posting. Just create content to start posting. After your model is made, start making pictures, start making videos, start making content to post on both the paid platforms and social media. Now that you know what needs to be done, let's hop on the computer and get it done together. Out by making our AI model, right? So when I make my AI model, I always use this right here, Picasso AI, all right? So if you don't have an account, I'm gonna make sure I leave a link in the description so you can sign up and you can use this. There are a bunch of different AI generation tools that I use. This one I'd say is my favorite for safe for work. So this one right here, we're gonna log on to it. This is how it looks. This is the interface. Now I could go super in depth and explain basically what everything looks like and what everything is, but it's very, very, very simple. Just take it as face value, right? A face swap is a face swap. An AI image generator is literally the same as ChatGPT. It's an AI image generator. Just specifically this one right here is better generated and better tailored to generating AI models like AI influencers, pretty girls. That's what this is more tailored for. And then you have the image editor. You can put an image in and then you can edit it. As you can see, I edited a fat guy onto this picture. And then you also have an AI video generator where you can generate a video of an AI model that you use. Here's an example of something that I've done already. So this is a picture that I generated for one of my AI models, and I just made sure that I could make a video out of it, just made her dance. This is what it looks like. Another example right here. This is her dancing from a picture that I made, or looking around. This is a little video that I'm gonna post on Reels. Very realistic, very good, okay? I have a lot of examples like this. I make a lot of content with this. This is one of my AI models that I currently make quite a lot of money off of. So as you can see, the results speak for themselves, right? So this is the AI video generator, and this actually is my favorite feature in Picasso. So most of the time I generate my pictures, sometimes from Picasso, sometimes from other things. I also use Sugar Labs AI, but I'm not gonna log on to that because that's where I make my NSFW content. And obviously for YouTube reasons, we can't go on in there. That shit's gonna get my shit banned faster than I can even speak, all right? So if you guys wanted to get a more in-depth explanation on how I do NSFW and how I do everything more 100% in detail and everything completely broken down, then I'm just going to plug this in real quick. This is a new community that I actually just made. I made this specifically for this. Here, I could show you basically everything as far as AI OFM goes, and I also do a bunch of other shit on the side. So I meme coin trade, I do YouTube side hustles, I do a lot of shit. But most likely for you, what you're going to do is you're going to go into the AI OFM module here and you have everything. So explains everything more in depth. The NSFW content creation, it's all in here. The PPV, everything's all in here, right? So if you really wanted to learn, you wanted to go 100% more in depth, I highly suggest you check this out, especially the AI OFM campus. It's really good. But that's besides the point. Usually I use this, and I always use Kling 2.1. It's actually a new one. It's something that I think came last week, so I just started using that. It's amazing, as you can see. So this is what I use for video generation. But what you usually do is you go on image generator, because we're generating our AI model now. We go on here and then we generate a model. So let's say we wanted to generate a Latina model, just like I did here, right? I take this, let's say I wanted to generate, I already generated the picture, so there's no need to generate a new one. This picture has been generated. I wanted my next model to look exactly like this. So I copy the exact same prompt. I have the seed, I take this seed right here, and I make sure that I make my next picture with this seed. So I go on here, put this right here, insert the seed, and let's say I wanted to make, let's say I go like this, and I said, instead of on the sidewalk, I switch this and I put in a hotel. Latina in a hotel next to a white bed. All right, now I generate this. It's gonna take a few seconds. The photos are gonna generate, and that's essentially how you get the pictures done. Now, if you wanna get the pictures like that, you can do that, just copy the same seed, and then all of the pictures will look somewhat the same. Then you can take all of those pictures together, and you can also take that to your AI characters. You can import everything and then just have it as a saved LoRa on your account. That's something that's pretty good to do. I saved myself as a LoRa so I could make thumbnails for this YouTube channel. And I also have a few other models. Like I have one model that I currently do, like one of my very own, my only ginger model is on here. So I saved her as a LoRa on here. But in general, I don't even do that. So I don't even, you could just copy the seed. You don't really need to save an AI character LoRa. It's better, for organization purposes. But in general, you could just basically use the same seed and it works. But I suggest you do that. Now that's all it really takes to generate the model. Like it's not that hard, see? Essentially looks the same. It's pretty good. Now, this does look a little bit AI, so what you do is you take this and you can upscale it, make it look a bit more realistic. Upscaling is basically just enhancing the features and making them look more realistic. Now, we could upscale this, but I don't want to make this video too long. So, upscaling, or if you wanted to use this exact same picture for another model that you currently have, if you're a bit more advanced and you have models, you can just face swap this. And then let's say your model's face is already somewhat realistic, already been upscaled, then you don't really need to fully upscale the picture, but you can anyway. That's model creation in short, one platform. I could go into multiple others, but that's just the important shit that you need to know. And then obviously there's the payment platform that you're gonna use, which is FanView, right? It's very self-explanatory. You just log on FanView and you make an account. I'm gonna leave a link down below just in case, so it'll be easier for you to get in there and make your account. So you log on FanView, and then making an Instagram account, what we're going to do is I'm going to go on here, Instagram. So let's look on an example account that I could show you. So I should see a bunch of, okay, see this account right here? This account is clearly AI, clearly 100,000,000% an AI model, right? It also looks AI, but as you can see, look at the results. Look at 307,000 followers, right? Her link tree's on there. She gets decent engagement on basically all of her pictures, which is clearly AI, which means this is another misconception. It doesn't really need to look 1,000% realistic, because a lot of the people that subscribe to your OnlyFans /FanView or whatever, your private community, they know most of the time, a lot of them, that you're not a real human, but they just still do it regardless because they're just trying to get one off. They just still do it, right? So it doesn't really matter if you're 1,000%, like if you're not 100% clean, like if you're not 100% legit looking, right? As long as you do it normally, as long as you do it good enough to some extent to where it's believable to most people, or to at least half of the people that come across you, you're doing a good enough job, right? So that's just my little take on it. So you don't need to sit there and overthink it and, pay so much money to upscale every single picture 10 times. You don't need to do that. You can upscale it 1 time, 2 times max, and it's good to go, right? Now, this is just a bunch of the different posts that you can post. Maybe, take this as inspiration, look at one of these pages, right? Just look at the types of posts they put on the page, beach posts, bed posts, hotel posts, luxury posts, restaurant posts, bikini photos, all these things, swimsuits, skirts, posts like these, right? Just make sure you schedule all that content. You generate all of that with Picasso. You can generate all of that with Sugar Labs. You can generate with a lot of different platforms. Make sure you put everything in folders, right? You want everything to be organized in folders, such as this, right? So when I go here, these are my current models that I currently use, right? So Alice is one of my main models now. I go on Alice. So you want to organize everything in files. You have the face swapped NSFW. You have the NSFW videos. These are for the pay-per-views. This is what you're selling. Then you have the Save for Work. This is what you're going to be posting on Instagram. This is what you're going to be posting on your regular fan view feed. And then you have the Save for Work video. These are the reels that you're going to be posting on Instagram, Threads, all of your socials. And also, I just have regular Save for Work and non-Save for Work that haven't been face swapped, just in case I'm not generating 100% AI and I'm using some real picture that looks somewhat like my model already. So I just put that on, and then I face swap it. I do a little bit of alteration, and then it's fan view ready. You understand? It's postable. That's how I go about it. So this is how I'd organize every single AI model file. This is how I'd organize it, and then I just sort my pictures in as far as the organization goes. Then you should be ready. Then you should be ready for posting. It's just making an Instagram account, making a Threads account. Don't post instantly, right? When you do that, I go super into detail, and I tell people exactly how to do this back in the community. If you're interested, make sure to click down below. But in short, you just need to warm up your accounts because you're making new accounts and you're going to seem like a bot. So you don't want to just instantly put a link to try and get people off of the platform instantly, or you don't want to do that. So what you're going to do is warm up the account, act normal, post a story, engage with comments, engage with posts, scroll, just be active for 2-3 days. 48 hours in, you're not posting anything. Maybe just put a profile picture, username, that's it, right? Further down the line, you now start engaging more. You post a story, you post one post, you start, commenting on different pictures a bit more. Instead of commenting once, you can comment like 6 times in a day, 3 times in a day, right? Just normal human interaction, so you don't get flagged off as a bot and then get shadow banned instantly, and then your engagement's gonna get nuked the fuck, and you'd be done before you even started. And that's not what you want to get. That's not what you want to happen to you, especially when you're a girl account with 0 followers, looking like a bot, even with engagement. Trust me, you don't want to get shadow banned with 0 followers with a girl profile picture. You automatically look like a bot. So you don't want to put yourself in a worse disadvantage, right? So when I say make your socials, you're going to warm them up for at least the first 5 days. And then you can go about posting. So you're making your Threads, you're making your Instagram, you're warming it up by just engaging and scrolling and going and doing normal human interaction. And after the 5-day period, then you can start posting. Now, when you're posting, as I said, you generate the content from here. You generate pictures like this, right? And then this could be a very valid Instagram post. You post this on Instagram, you post this on Threads. And on Threads, it's very different. On Threads, you go there and then you could comment on, high engagement posts and just put your picture down there and put a little caption. So if somebody posts a nice little picture, you just put your picture down there and then you say me or breakfast, me or PS5, stuff like that. That's how you farm engagement. That's how you get people to notice your page. That's on Threads. But I'll go more into that in a future video. That's all you really need to do. Now, the whole idea of the video was to simplify things, so I didn't go super in depth into anything. So if it interests you and you want to learn things in a more comprehensive manner and you want to work with me and potentially, learn how to go viral on social media, how to farm engagement on Threads, Twitter, post viral reels properly, what kind of hashtags to use, if hashtags even matter, what kind of posting strategy to go about, all of these things that can go, all these little nuanced different things, how to create the NSFW content properly, which I cannot share here for obvious reasons because my shit's gonna get deleted faster than the fucking reverse flash. All right, and I ain't trying to see that. I ain't trying to see any of that shit. Now, if that interests you, obviously I just put this on the screen. I made a community specifically for this because I do a bunch of shit. All right, I have a bunch of shorts YouTube channels that I post, get some ad revenue on. Bunch of regular faceless YouTube channels, if you've probably heard of that. Just, a bunch of YouTube channels that I made a few years ago, been running them, started outsourcing everything. And yeah, I just be doing some bored shit. I'm bored. And I sit there in the trenches and I meme coin trade. I do all this weird shit sometimes. So yeah, I decided to make a community, share all the information that I've garnered, all this random information, put it in here, and then, make it worth my time, make it worthwhile. So if that interests you and you want to work with me, Obviously, it's here. Matter of fact, let's hop onto one of my dashboards real quick. Let's see what I'm logged on to on here. All right, this one's actually pretty good. This one's pretty good. All right, so this is one of the channels that I run. This is just a quick example of the type of channels that we have. This is a shorts channel. Now, specifically with this one, I have never outsourced it. All right, this was one of my little babies. All right, so I've been posting the videos on here myself, never really outsourced it, and I've been focusing more on this AI thing, so I've not been posting as consistently. So it's a little bit on the drought, but this is just a little quick overview of one of the channels that I run, right? The rest are on other accounts for my managers and shit. Quick little side view flex. Bet that was insightful. Now I simplified it as much as possible, and I didn't want to give you guys a bullet point video and leave, because then it won't really be that insightful. So in the end, I did go a bit more in depth in model creation and the AI compiler tool, but making a fan view account, making an Instagram account, making a Threads account, doing all these simple things, it's not really worth going into. That's a waste of time for the video. So we're doing the important shit. Hopefully this is something that you guys needed, and yeah,